Good evening to you all. We just left Trinidad, Colorado, and I'm on my eastbound journey towards Chicago. And tonight I have a few things I want to share with you. I have a little paragraph here that I think is interesting, but it will only make sense if you go to part 13 of this series. So if you want to, pause now and go back to Los Angeles Amtrak Pilgrimage, part 13. Then you'll understand this a little more. So go back and watch that, then come back to this one. You'll understand why. So, now that you've seen that, now you'll understand this. Here's the little paragraph. You will find in a railway station much of the quietude and consolation of a cathedral. It has many of the characteristics of a great ecclesial building. It has vast arches, void spaces, colored lights, and above all, it has recurrence and ritual. It is dedicated to the celebration of water and fire, the two prime elements of all human ceremonial. Lastly, a station resembles the old religions rather than the new religions in this point, that people go to it. This quote is from G.K. Chesterton and was found for me by a fellow train-loving seminarian, and he knows who he is. And, it's really something. If you looked back at part 13, you saw the train station, and, it's interesting how a lot of our old train stations built back in the day resembled churches in a sense. And I think G.K. Chesterton really nails it on the head. It all comes together. It's very, riding a train, going on a journey is similar to going to Mass, going to the sacraments, because when we go to church, we go to Mass, the point is not being there, it's what happens after Mass. Go forth, the Mass is ended, go in peace. We spread the light of Christ to the world. The church is just the station, the stopping point, where we're just there for a moment, and then we go out and carry out God's mission. We go on His pilgrimage. And that's again what I've mainly wanted to show you all in my video series, is that it's one thing to go on vacation, but it's a whole other to go on a pilgrimage. A pilgrimage can be several things. It can be relaxing. It can also be a little treacherous. You may have a little stress along the way on a pilgrimage. You may be trying to go to a holy place. It could mean, going to visit family and, different things like that. Pilgrimage is so vast. And I think we don't think of going on a pilgrimage today because we've dumbed it down too much. I think we should do more than just go on a vacation. I think pilgrimage is really amazing. And really, as I mentioned in a previous video, you can't go on a vacation from God, especially those of us who are promised, praying the liturgy of the hours. We don't go on vacation from that. So we can't take a vacation from God, no matter where we are or where we're going. And it's a lot of interesting stuff to think about. I'm on my way home, and I have had a wonderful experience. I've been to be with family, I've been to be with friends, been to beautiful church, been to the ocean. I mean, I've experienced all these things. And I had a set plan when I left to go on this trip. Not all of my plans were fulfilled, but even more beautiful things happened. And, there was some stress here and there, and especially near the reboarding of the train in Los Angeles to, head east again. Making sure we went the right way to get me on the train and everything. Marvin did a good job, by the way. He's amazing. He's a good little brother. He took good care of me.
8 o'clock dinner reservations. Please make your way to the dining car. Your tables are ready.
Don't worry, I've already been to supper. So, even those little tense moments, it's all part of it. Getting where you need to be, but at the same time, putting it in God's hands. Every time I would come up against a time restraint or whatever, I'd be like, okay, St. Raphael the Archangel and my guardian angels, you all just, this is up to you all. I don't have as much power here, so y'all got to make this happen. If God wants me to get home from my ordination, he'll get me there. So, anyway, I think I've rambled enough. I hope this has been good for you all, and coming out of the mountains now, heading towards the Mississippi River. I'll be arriving in Chicago tomorrow afternoon, and then switch trains in Chicago and be home in the great diocese of Owensboro at 3 in the morning, Wednesday morning. So God bless you all. Have a great night.